In a very discreet location, in a basement room of a Staples Center, a select group of 30 Steph Curry believers, La Sperm haters, Marvin, this group's Anthony Edwards believer, Young Buck Invitational goers, and Connor Lyons fought and toiled and burnt the midnight oil. It is an honor and a privilege to bring you the greatest segment in all of fantasy sports. This is Eli's Tears.
Thank you, Seb. Thank you. We're getting down into the nitty gritty here. We're heading into week 8. Lots going on. Last week I decided, and the committee did as well. Marvin was a big part of that. Same with Don Senior, I believe. We put 2 teams on elimination watch, and unfortunately, both of those teams went down. Here they are. Your 2 new additions. Your 2. And then you do that. It's horns down. R2's team's out. The Deli is also out. They have been eliminated. The committee does not believe in either of these teams. While mathematically they are still alive, we are going to be 1 week early. We were like 10 weeks early on Tolman. The committee told you preseason he was not going to be any good. Should have listened and taken the team total under 5.5 wins on him. Let's move on to the actual tiers. Well, it's one shining moment. 2019 Lakers. That's how you describe inevitable, managed by Vikas Baba. He's like that good video on YouTube. It's about 2.5 minutes long of all the bloops and blunders of the 2019 Lakers season. That's this guy's team. He will be facing elimination this week. The committee decided he is on the chopping block. We're already down to 9. We might be down to 8 next week. Needs a big win this week. The 2008 Cavs. That would be my team and Amac's team. The 2008 Cavs, young Braun coming off a title run. That might be Amac, making it to the title. Both of them did. The committee sees, hey, maybe first, second round potential in this team, just like the 2008 Cavs, but nothing more at the moment. Nothing more can be expected. The 2014 Miami Heat. That's a team that, Wade's starting to get a little over the hill. They're still really great, but we don't know if they have enough to go all the way. That's what we got with these 2 teams. Augie's team, we love the running backs. We need JT healthy. Receivers, spotty. Don't love it. Gotham's Reckoning, hit by a little injuries, a little youthful inexperience. We'll see what happens. With Tua coming back, expect Gotham's Reckoning to take a step up this week, as A-Chain should be back to being a valuable piece. New season now, the Bubble Lakers. That is how we would describe the doghouse. Mike Vick's doghouse, managed by Aiden Giavara and face man Teddy Dobis. The Bubble Lakers. Everybody knew if you give LeBron 4 or 5 months to get his body ready for the championship run, he's going to be ready. That's what the committee believes this team is. They think that, hey, they're flying under the radar, 3-4 right now. They're ready to make a push. Watch out. They're coming. Committee believes. 2012 to 2013 Miami Heat. Now, these teams that LeBron was on, chef's kiss. Probably the best pure basketball he was able to play at options. He was in his athletic prime. These teams got options for days. They got it all going on. I think, the Glazers, they keep getting lucky, but man, they put up points and they got a deep roster. The committee just can't fade them and witness greatness, an elite manager, as always. And let's go to our top team. Lathanos, 2018 Braun, the greatest basketball player to ever play the game was LeBron James that year. It's indisputable. It's inarguable. You can't tell me otherwise. If you say anything else, you're probably Tucker Tolman, and you do not deserve to have an opinion on LeBron. That would be the Golden State Gropers. One of these right here for the Gropers. They know how to get it done. They just got it squad. I mean, they got everything you need. There's nothing more to say. These guys are primed for a championship run. They also I believe is that our game of the year so far? Is it you versus the Glazers this week, Sebi? I'm going to turn it over to you now.
It is. It's
Yeah.
projected to be some absolute fireworks.
Yeah, no,
You know,
that the committee's looking forward to that. That is the committee's game of the year so far. Tune into that. Sebi, your reaction to the Tears.
yeah, tears. They're the tears. Not sure who's entirely running the committee. I do have to ask what time this meeting took place and if they factored in the recent injuries to Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Jaden Daniels as well. Three key players. I'm curious to hear if the committee was talking about.
Yeah, sorry, I got something in my eye from you scoffing at the committee's accuracy on when these meetings are held. We hold emergency meetings if need to be. Marvin is always speed dialing up the team if anything happens. We always, Don Jr. is always the one causing issues. Sometimes he's not able to attend, but Don and Don Sr., Marvin and I, and our few other of our members always there. So how dare you scoff at the committee?
So the committee did factor in these recent injuries.
They did. They did.
But the committee, this isn't the standings or the power rankings for this week, is it?
No, no, not at all. You can, where can you find those?
I believe that would be the USA Today.
That's correct. And where can you find the power rankings?
Probably also the
ESPN, ESPN.com. They always have great power rankings.
ESPN.com is it's not where you want to go. I do just have one more question. I don't believe your team belongs on the elimination watch, but has anyone ever talked about, giving yourself maybe your own bottom tier or own tier, not disrespecting Team Mac and kind of bumping Mac up maybe one and making sure there's a clear defiance between you and him, or do you guys view your teams as level?
That's not the way the committee sees it. I mean, the committee sees that Team AMAC they have a guy on their team named Rashad White, aka one of the worst running backs I've ever watched play football. They got two guys on the roster that play the same position as him that are clear cut, dry better. And if we're talking about James Cook, I mean that's a guy on his team. Bijan Robinson, 25-5, 23-3 back-to-back weeks. I'm pretty sure that's what I drafted. That's a little more what I was looking for. And Cooper Kupp is back, and I hope the Chiefs got maybe a second rounder, maybe a second and maybe a third and a sixth ready to part with because I mean, for fantasy purposes, this is a fantasy show. Of course, I would not like to see that as a Chargers fan, but my fantasy team wouldn't mind him going to the Chiefs or the Bills or the Ravens or any good team.
So one last question for you here then. Would you now officially be willing to say you are fantasy first?
Just for the purpose of this show. Are
you would you be willing to say you're joining Tucker on the select group of fantasy first football?
I would not. I would not. The committee is a fantasy first approach. This has nothing to do with my fanship. This is purely fantasy. Purely.
That's what the committee I well done.
Yeah. That's written in the committee bylaws. That's I believe section 2A G. I believe that's the section.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, I like what the committee did here this week. I think they understood. A team projected almost 150 and maybe some pretty disrespectful projections in there as well mixed in. And so I'm not sure why Amon-Ra St. Brown's only at 16.9, but we'll leave that for another day. Just a casual 25.5 from him this past week. So well done, committee.
Yeah. And then just really quick, oops, as you can see, we had no changes to who fell off Manager Mountain this week. Unfortunately, that's all that's going to be shown is just the one guy off the mountain. I just thought we'd have to
but
out. I believe did he pick up his first win this week?
He got his first win. Give a little
got his first win. Let's have a round of applause. There will still be no changes on Manager Mountain. This is all you're going to see, but round of applause to Tolman. Round of applause. Well-deserved win. He needed one. He got it. You got
I
it.
did.
So yeah, that's Sea Lice Tears right there, Seb. I'll catch you. Let's have a great week.
Let's go, baby. Go Vikings.
Yeah. Go bolt up.